Welcome back to Meet to Talk, episode number 16. I am your host, MR.KOA, alongside
Top Boy.
And we have a woman on our show once again to shut you all up who've been complaining about, we don't have any women on the show. We've had enough goddamn women on this show, but women obviously are never, ever satisfied.
True.
At least she agrees.
True.
Introduce yourself, Ebony. Welcome to the show.
Hi, I'm Ebony, and I'm excited to be here.
Are you?
I am.
I like Ebony. Ebony is going to be the voice. She's going to be a great voice for you women tonight because she...
I'm fire.
She loves to chat. Okay? Ebony will not hold her tongue.
I don't.
Which is perfect for this podcast because we definitely won't. And we have quite a bit of questions for you. We have quite a bit of conversation.
Okay.
Some we might get a little, depending on how this conversation goes. We might get some personals. Depending on how much you want to disclose.
It might get heated.
You might get
a little heated.
You know, the thing is, every time we start a podcast, we always talk a little bit with the guest before the podcast starts, and I'm adamant on telling people to shut up before we start the podcast because everyone has so many ideas, so many opinions when the mics are off. So just settle. I'm gonna tell anyone who wants to be a guest on We Need to Talk podcast, when you get here, just come here quiet, sit in the chair, and once the camera's on, then you can talk. Because all the good stuff goes to waste. And now you're going to repeat it. And now you're not repeating with the same energy.
No, I'm a woman. See, so we remember everything. Right? Okay.
This is true.
Selectively.
This is true.
When you guys want to remember.
We always give the truth. Just going to say.
She said always.
Okay.
Always.
Okay, well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. K.
Yeah, no, yeah, sure.
Mr. K and I were gone 2 weeks ago to New York, and last week we posted our regular WNTT Wednesdays. Got people to ask us questions.
We got enough questions.
And we got a lot of questions.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? So
we can't go through all of them. So we're going to push some of these questions to the next episode because you guys gave us a lot, which is good. That's good. So it's not a bad thing.
There's a couple things. First one from Dahlia Willis. She asked, first date sex or no? Okay.
She laughs.
Wow. Okay.
Yes. If you feel like it, yes. Why not? Are we not adults? Like,
why did you laugh though? I just
because she's been getting first date sex. She's goes like, what? Who doesn't?
I know. What? Huh?
What do you mean? I don't need second dates. For what?
I'm just laughing because you both gave me like the stare, like, No. I'm like, well, yeah, I've done it.
You know what? We gave you the stare, like, It was more because we were expecting a whoa. Yeah. Like really expecting.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna say yeah. I think if you're feeling it, why not? Like, what are you waiting? Like, why not? Like, we're adults. It's not like it's high school. You know what I mean? Like,
that's a big thing.
Yeah.
Everybody's grown, you know. Yeah. Everybody's a grown woman.
Yeah.
You know.
And you know, if you drink some wine.
So okay,
you know.
how do you determine if you had sex with somebody on the first date? Yeah. There's definitely requirements.
Yeah.
There are.
Is alcohol involved?
Sorry, sober. When sober?
Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm joking.
Wow. I only fuck on first date if I'm wasted.
Yeah. I have to have like a vibe like with you. Like I have to be attracted to you. Like the date has to be going good. We can't be like, dinner at McDonald's and I'd be like, okay, it's on like Donkey Kong tonight.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Yeah.
Like it has to be, there's a vibe going on. And I'm like, okay. But usually maybe like a little bit of wine, like always alcohol kind of pushes you in that direction. Like,
alcohol.
you know what I mean? You're
alcohol brings the pussy out. Just drop a little bit of wine here and just drop a little bit of patties. That's all.
So yeah. I don't have a problem
with
it.
My question, especially with this dating culture we're in right now.
God.
So you don't like it?
No, I hate it.
You don't like dating culture?
Oh, it's awful.
We'll get into that. With first dates, I've actually discussed this before. Does a first, like, having sex on the first date, I'm perfectly fine with.
Okay.
However, does having sex on the first date turn you off of that guy, like, pursuing something serious with that person?
No.
No?
No. Are we not too old? Like,
Yeah, like
I'm like, if I want to do it, I want to do it. If you're gonna think that I'm a hoe after this and not call me, it's like, oh, okay, but thank you. I got my rocks off.
Yeah.
Peace out.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I guess
Savage. Ruthless. Welcome to the show. Welcome to We the Talk.
Well,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, no, it's true.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It is what it is. It's like,
I'm just asking for other people out there because I know some people are like, oh, like, I don't want to do that and look like whatever.
really?
Like,
I think
I've
even
heard-
if even if you wait, what is like?
well,
what's
here's
the
the thing.
difference?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Like, okay, do you go into the first date expecting to have sex?
No, I don't.
See, and I think the difference is if like, I don't know.
But I don't
think,
take it off the table.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I don't think it's a problem if it happens on the first date. I think it's kind of weird if you go into the first date expecting to have sex on the first date. You know, because it's just like, if it happens, it happens. But
That's
if you're
true.
like, I'm trying to.
But I think you have to be aware that when you go on a date, something could happen.
No, yeah.
Like, be aware, like, you could be sucking a dick. Like, you know what I mean? Or he could be going down.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Like, this is what it is in this day and age. I know it's, like, really rough to say, but that's what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So if it happens, it happens. It's like, okay, I'm an adult. You're an adult. Like, if I see you on the street, come tomorrow, be like, yo, what's up? Like, peace. Like, you know what I mean? It's not going to be like, and I'm, covering my face like I'm embarrassed. No, yeah. Girls can be the same way as guys are. Not saying that I am, but I'm saying, like, you just got to own it.
I agree. So have you ever had a situation where super attracted to the guy? Tall, dark, handsome, or whatever you're looking for. Light skin, handsome, white, handsome, whatever. What's that face?
Because you said the light skin. I was like,
You don't like light skins? Huh?
I'm not
I don't care.
I'm not a light skin fan, but
if you're met a guy that you're super attracted to, everything is night's going well, you end up having sex on the first date and it's trash.
yes.
What happens
Waste my
then?
time. Nobody's trying to like rack up dick points up in these streets, right? So you have to be very selective of who you're going to sleep with and who you're not. So I'm like, okay, let's try a one thing. Let's try it out. And then you do, and you're like, really? Do I count that? Because
Do I count it?
do I count it? Like,
was there alcohol involved? Like, what if like,
Do I count
was there alcohol involved?
yeah.
Because some people suck when they're like drunk.
Yeah, there's
right?
alcohol, but okay. Do you count it when it's like small? That's not a
What
count.
do you mean? Do you? Oh my god!
When you say count, so
count,
it's not even
a body.
It's not a body. It's not in the record book.
It's not a body.
If it's small, I'm not counting it. Sorry.
I've been
So
okay.
if your dick is small, you don't count as a body. I'm sorry, guys.
Well, if you don't know what you're doing and it wasn't good.
Even though he inserted, it doesn't count. He's inserted. How can you not? He's penetrated.
Because she didn't feel it. That's why it didn't count.
He's penetrated your vaginal walls. It counts.
It doesn't.
Whether you enjoy it or not, you still are one man plus.
No. That's like,
No.
that's when you.
I'm not using that. I'm just gonna start scrapping girls. That doesn't count. No.
No.
Sorry,
Like, it
count.
doesn't. Like,
People are like, how many girls you sleep with? 3. What? Yeah, 25 of them did count.
no, I don't want to count it like that.
you
I'm
not-
not saying, oh, God. One person, it was like really small. And I was like, honestly.
Was he a tall guy?
What is really small?
No. What is
I'm curious because
what
like,
is really
what
small?
is really small?
Really small.
Like, are you pulling out a ruler too?
You don't
We're just measuring.
We got cameras, so like just go like this with your hand. Like
I would say your middle finger
she's holding up her middle finger.
erect.
Wow.
He didn't come to play. Okay, so that's a waste of my time.
He was as long as your middle finger.
Yeah. He was. And I don't know.
Like fully.
Yes.
Oh man.
Yeah. See?
Like-
Did you count that? What is
You asking me if I count dick?
No, but it's
Count dick?
What? Would you count that?
no, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You know,
I was
no.
just saying, would you count that? Would you count a dick that was last time my little finger?
Count dick. Fuck out of here.
No. Okay. But
Okay,
yeah.
that's a waste of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then my question is, why'd you still fuck it?
Did you already in
You're
it?
already
Are
there.
you stupid, bro? I've already been there. I'm just like, I'm sorry, I'm not doing this.
Really?
Yes.
You done it?
Okay.
Absolutely.
Done it. Done
That's not an excuse. That's not an excuse to say, well, I'm already here. Might as well. If you pull it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't see it before. I just felt it.
Okay.
So then when I
dark?
like looked down, I was like, oh, great. I'm already here. What am I going to do? Okay, let's just get through this.
So just suck it and say I'm tired.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. No, you ain't getting the saki because that's
wait, you'd rather sex than head? I'm curious about this.
Well,
I'm actually curious about this.
Really?
You would rather fuck than give head?
It depends. If I'm...
I would, personally.
If I...
Because it's my mouth. It's my mouth. You know? It's my mouth.
If I'm really attracted to you, then you'll get head. If I'm not, you're not getting it.
So you'd have sex before giving head?
Yeah.
For most cases.
Yo, but think about that because it makes
sense. It's my mouth.
No, but
like,
even,
you know what I mean? Like it's my mouth.
But not even just that, bro. Not even just that, because I do agree with you. Yeah. It's like, even if it's a random hookup, right?
That's
you gotta be like really attracted to the girl for me to go down on you. Bro. Because if you like, if I'm not, I'm just not doing it.
Dude,
I'm not doing it.
That is like the scariest thing when I talk with like my guy friends. I'm like, I could never as a dude do that because I know as a woman what goes on down there. There's no way.
Or you're saying you can never do it at all?
I couldn't do it to a girl.
At all?
No. At least I know there's a warning. Like you can be like, I'm gonna come. Yeah. Right? A girl is just continue it. Like, okay.
Here's okay. No. We're going there. We're going there. No. So. When you're giving head from a guy's perspective to a female, you're not digging out the hole, you know. Like just so you guys know, like to give head, your tongue's not really going in the hole. If you're doing that, you're doing it wrong. First of all, girls don't like that. Yeah. Second of all, hey Pops. Oh yeah, no worries. Oh, he wants a drink.
No, it's okay.
We just ruined his drink. You want a drink?
No, we'll grab
we can pause. We can pause
on the break.
Nah, we'll pause it.
Okay.
Yeah, no, Pops is getting a drink. Why should I keep rolling? Why not? Yeah, we're just talking about sex, Pops. You know, good stuff. All young kids talk about. You know that stuff? You know what sex is?
Jesus. I'm not trying to have this conversation like that. You crazy?
I'm gonna ruin you.
You're so mean.
Zamora's dad just came downstairs. Just get a drink.
Are you actually gonna keep this all in?
Oh yeah, for sure. This guy thinks I'm cutting this.
I'm just shaking my head.
Are you crazy?
Oh,
what's the next question? What's the next question?
Oh no, we're not coming on the topic.
We'll come back to this. Pops is busy.
Oh, okay.
We'll jump back. Don't worry.
Next question was, okay, it kind of relates to what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Someone asked, can men tell if we're faking orgasms or not? Do y'all even care? So it's more so for us.
Yeah.
Can men tell?
Can we tell when a woman's faking an orgasm?
Well, if it's oral, you can tell because you're there. But like if it's
really,
because
you can't tell if.
If you're having sex, how can you can't always tell. You're not always seeing down there. You're not looking.
Yeah, but there's.
I mean, I guess
you can. Yeah, you be able to tell.
There's certain twitches.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good chair. It's a good chair. Yeah. Okay. How much? All right, we'll discuss that. Yeah, we got a new chair. Yeah. We'll do some plugs, some selfless plugs in here. We'll try.
So it's different pitches, is what you're saying.
So yeah, Zumar's dad's guns. What we were talking about was giving head properly.
No, you can tell because can't you tell from like it being moist, it being dry?
No, but this is the thing. A lot of guys get messed up because girls can get really, really wet and not come.
Yeah,
like super, super wet and not come.
Oh, okay.
You haven't?
Okay.
Are you only wet when you're coming? That's impossible.
No.
So then?
No, I'm just like, okay, I'm just like, sorry.
You can.
I'm thinking, yeah,
a girl can be super wet. She didn't come.
Then, like, I don't know if it's too personal, but it's like.
Oh, I think we passed personal.
Okay. I have like, okay.
Yeah, okay.
I have like an idea. Okay, like I have a checklist that lets me know, for example, like every time I've made a girl come, she's like, I'm sure you're the same. Like she's said it, right? Like she's about to say it. I don't know.
Usually, yeah.
Or there's like a full body.
Or their
thing
body just twitches and just
there's a full body thing going on. It's one of those two, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. But my question is, Okay, one, have you ever faked an orgasm before?
Yes.
And when you did, hold on.
That response itself was definitely how she faked it.
When you did,
I just came.
Did you embellish it? Like, did you tell the guy, you're like, oh my God, I'm coming, but you really weren't? Or like, did you just, when you were done, you were just like, okay, but just to make it feel better.
How did you do it? Did you do the full?
Like, that's what I want to figure. That's what
did you pretend to scream?
That's what I'm trying to understand.
No, I guess it was
here.
just like I'm gonna come and stuff like that. Like,
bro, if a girl, oh my, if I was,
sometimes you're tired. You just want to get it over and done with.
I feel like as a guy, like, you have to know when the girl's faking, though, right? Like,
you can't tell.
I know,
time.
but
you really can't tell.
But, like,
you really can't tell. This is the thing, especially if they're, one, if girls, the most awkward ones are the ones that are generally quiet. Because like I've had sex with girls that are just quiet, and that's just their nature doing sex, which is so hard to read.
For me, it's
so hard to read.
For me, it's the opposite.
It's very hard to read because it's like they're enjoying it, but it's like
I hate that. It's like, what'd you come here for?
Yeah.
Like, honestly, say something.
It's super hard to read, right? So like they still can't like. And the thing is, I've had sex with that same person or whatever, and one time I made them come, and another time I didn't.
Yeah.
And I had to ask them like, did you like? I'm like, did you come last time? She's like, no. I'm like, oh. And it kind of like hits your pride.
You shouldn't feel bad though.
No,
you know why?
I used to feel bad.
Yeah, don't feel bad.
I don't anymore.
You just have to thank vibrators for that. That's the reason why it makes it so much harder.
But see, honestly, I feel like
because they get used to a vibrator.
Like the power on that
artificial.
Is
yeah,
like take you to a whole.
It's like a human will never be that.
Yeah,
like
never.
So if you're getting used to that daily, you're like, where are my little thrust goods?
So then because it is so hard, or like it's different for every woman, like because it is hard to make a woman come. Based on different women. Some women, but this is my point though. This is my point though. Like, I feel like once you know how to make a woman come, specifically,
they're all the same.
Yep.
They're not all the same.
It's not all the same.
No. Let me
but
explain.
It can happen again. If you can do it once, you can do it again.
Okay, this is my point, right?
Yeah.
I know that like if I can make you come, I'm gonna remember how I did it. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna go through the same motions.
Specifically for that person? Specifically for that person?
For that person. Yeah. It's like figuring out a Rubik's Cube. That has because every girl's different, right? So when I figure it out, I'm like, okay, now I know moving forward. I know my go-to moves.
But they do that to you too. They do the guys. They know when they're ready. Like, I'm gonna get you now. Like, but listen, girls will play around. And then they feel
okay. Let's be real. For guys, it's a lot easier.
It ain't rocket science.
It's not rocket science whatsoever. Yeah.
Right? No, it's not.
Not at all. But for women, it pretty much is.
The only reason I say all women are the same in certain aspects is that there is something I learned just through experience. As a guy, you try things. Like, you try one thing, you're like, this does not work. Yeah. And if something works on one girl, you're like, you tell yourself, let me try this on another girl.
Yeah.
And if it works on that person, you're like, let me try this on another girl.
Yeah.
So there's something that I now do.
Okay.
Don't give away the secrets.
I'm not. No one's getting these secrets. But there's something I now do that works
on everybody.
God knows. At
least everyone
Are you talking about sex or are you talking about going down?
Going down.
Really?
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking. Okay.
There's God knows.
Yeah.
God knows. Like, it's literally like a code. So, and it's actually something like I was playing around and like I'm like, let me see if I do a little this and I'm like,
really?
And once one person was like, oh my God, I was like, huh. And then the next person I did, I'm like, so like now I'm like, this is my shit. Like this,
really?
Now it's my thing. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So it's pretty trippy because
how many people have you done it on that you know that it's like test
10+.
Really?
100%.
I don't know about that. We're all different though.
But why do you say that?
We're all different.
Because that's why I'm so surprised.
We're all different, but how do I say this without giving? Okay, every girl has a clit. Obviously, every girl has these certain spots, G spots, whatever. But the thing about women, which I've learned. This is all self-experience. I'm not a genius or an expert. I don't know shit.
Dr. Phil over
here.
Okay.
Every time I'm on this podcast, I always say I don't know shit. If it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you. Just my basic personal experience is that with women, it's all about rhythm and consistency. So guys that mess up is like they'll do a certain thing it'll get her somewhere, and then they switch up, and
it's
like, girls like, oh my god, what are you doing? Like, and
you know what?
And the thing is, they don't realize. Guys don't realize
that's
it is. True. Guys don't realize like guys are just fucking around. They're like, let me try this. You can't just mix up. It's like once a girl gets to one spot, you're like, you can tell by their body how they're moving. You're like, I'm locked in, and you're done. Like once you find the lock in, do not stop whatever you're doing.
Guys like
lock and you're done.
We're pretty much like the fucking Terminator when he's walking around and gets that little red second.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty much what it is. But you know what the problem is? Like, another reason why a lot of guys fuck up is because they're too busy like trying to like get their own before like making sure the girl gets hers, right? So like I don't know if it's because like I was like every time I've been in a relationship, like I would take it as like
a challenge.
I'll take it as a personal challenge to make sure like my girl would
That's
come
good.
like a couple times before I'm done, right? Because then I'm just like.
That's good. That really. That gives you brownie points for later on. That makes a woman want to like suck the skin off of your dick. Like, you know what I mean? Honestly,
no, it's true.
It's true. It's like, okay, you did good. Honestly, let me now like take care of you.
Guys need to understand. This is gonna be a learning podcast right now. Yeah. This is why you guys are here. Relationship talk. We need to talk in the relationship talk podcast. Sometimes we get wild. Sometimes we get fucking off the charts.
Yo, listen to all the middle finger dick dudes just sitting there with a pad and pen right now.
Taking notes, measuring out there measuring.
Oh my god, I feel so bad for him.
If you're listening, bro, it's okay. There will be a girl.
You know what?
There will be a girl that doesn't care, bro. Don't worry. There will be a girl that doesn't care.
Listen, side note is that I don't think anybody has ever told him. So the way that he came to the
man came
was like,
he's like, okay. The man came in, I'm about to drop his hammer, dog, and she's like, you mean screws? She goes, I just see screws. So,
no, like seriously. And like after when it was done, I was like, okay. Like it was like, oh, do you want to let's take have a rest and do it again? I was like,
rest.
I'm like, I'm tired. I've been resting. She's like, I'm like, I want to go. Like, I'm going home. Like, you know, you should sleep over. No, I'm going home. I want to sleep in my own bed. You know what I mean? Yeah. I drove from downtown to Oakville. You know what I mean? And then I'm just like, he's like, what do you mean? And just the way he's talking, like, what do you mean you don't want some more? I was like, nobody has ever told you, have they? We just run.
Did you call him out?
No.
So you're the problem. Oh my god.
The problem.
This is why.
Now
he's on to a next girl and she's not gonna tell him either.
Not even. This man's walking around in the public right now.
Slanging dick.
He's big dick Larry.
But how do you tell somebody that? What do you say? What is the conversation to say? Just a heads up. You ain't doing anything. You ain't moving mountains.
You only have to say something if they're boastful about it.
Yeah.
Like if he ended it and it wasn't good, he kind of felt the same way and just kind of just like, all right, well, this was cool. Like there's no reason to step on his throat at that point. But if he's at like, yo, so you trying to go again, and be like, you know what? You came here with a lot of confidence. Like that's
mean.
No, but
that's savage. I wouldn't go that route.
Yeah, that's savage.
That's pretty sad. Like, think about any of the girls that like you slept with where it wasn't up to par. You're not having that conversation being like the sex ain't up to par unless.
But if I was talking shit, for sure I would take that.
Yes, unless they start talking shit.
That's what I'm saying.
If there's attitude involved.
That's what I'm saying. If he's
that what he was doing? Was there like attitude?
Yeah, he was like, yo, like
you punked out. You should
really?
Yeah.
I just can't. What am I gonna say? And I'm like, you know what? It's not for me to say. It's for the next girl to say. I just know I'm not doing that ever again.
The next girl, because every girl he sleeps with is never. Exactly. He needs to probably take the head. If every girl he's sleeping with
this big,
it can't be real.
Okay.
That can't be real. Do you see how small her finger is?
That can't be real. Exactly. I was like, this can't be real. I'm up here wasting time. Thank you so much for wasting my time.
One thing before we go to the next question. One thing I've noticed, or it could be a little trick for you guys, is that there's some girls you last long with. There are some girls that are shorter. Whether I'm short or long, I really don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I was younger, I used to be oh my god, I don't want to come too.
Yeah.
I don't care. At this point, I do not care. If I come quick, that means you're dope. That means your pussy is great.
Just give me a Gatorade, I'll be back in the game.
Because listen. This is my thing. Like. It shouldn't, like, guys put too much fear on, like, oh, if I come quick, like, I'm gonna get embarrassed. Like, that's actually an accomplishment for them. Like it shouldn't be looked at like came so fast. It's like no. If he's doing it for every single girl, then some guys just have really sensitive problems. But I know myself, I don't come really quick with every single girl. So if I am coming, I'm like.
So and then if you don't,
if I don't, it's not good. No, like for for a long period of time, like sex shouldn't be a journey.
Oh, okay, yeah,
bro. Like sex is not like a journey.
So
like,
what is the time lapse on
I
this?
say you should. I honestly like the first time going in. I think sex shouldn't be longer than 15 minutes the first time.
Really?
Why are you having sex for 30 minutes?
The first time?
The first time you put it in. For longer than 20 minutes without coming, like what are you doing?
To a girl that you're like,
to a girl that you're into and it feels good. Like, why am I fucking for 25, 30 minutes? My first.
See,
what am I doing? What am I doing?
Okay,
what am I doing? Without coming, I'm not enjoying this. I'm clearly not enjoying this. Clearly, I'm not enjoying this. If I'm fucking for 20 minutes and you're bad, and I'm just like,
hold on, right?
New position.
Calm down.
Oh my god, that's trash. It's trash.
Hold on. I need to ask you something.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is it 15 minutes including like the foreplay leading up to
penis.
it?
That's what I was gonna ask.
Okay, so just penis in.
Okay,
I might agree with that to a bit. But the only reason I kind of disagree is because like that first time is like my first time job interview. That's the way I'm looking at it.
That's the thing.
I'm like, no. And I'm making sure. I know what you're saying though.
I know. You're the same. Because
it's like
there's two ways to look at it.
Because it's like fuck. Like if it happens, then I'm just like, damn. It's because it's really good. But on the other hand, I'm also like trying to make sure that this girl knows I'm like, I ain't here to play around. You know what I mean?
Well, you know what? Here's my rebuttal to that, and what I was about to say on top of that. So you see how you're like, this is my first interview, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I think the exact same way, but I don't have the fear of coming. It's my thing. Okay. My thing is,
I'm not fearful of it.
I'm just like you're trying not to do it because you don't want whatever. I'm saying because it's the interview, whatever.
Yeah.
I will make foreplay wicked so that I'm not worried about if I last 10, 15. Like I'm not worried about because
I agree.
You came like how many times? If I last 10 minutes, you're not like only 10. Like you're good. Like by that time you're good. You know.
The only reason that I was just like I don't want it. Like I prefer not to. Okay, I do agree with you. I do agree with your sentiment. Yeah. The only reason I wouldn't want it to last like a short amount of time is because you ever notice how long sex can last after you come the next time?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's too fucking long because you cannot. You physically can't do it. You physically just can't.
Depends on the girl.
Depends on the girl.
There
have been cases where
depends on the girl because
there have been cases where I'm very much into it.
How am I coming again? What? Yo, this time I'm like
no, but there have been cases where I'm very much into it, but it's just like I was like K'd after the first one, so it's just like. Yo, like,
but there's nothing wrong with that.
But I also know that it gets uncomfortable for the girl to a certain point too.
They get they get sore, they get tight, it starts getting swollen, and just like now it's not feeling good. Like, and now it's just like, oh my gosh,
now you're walking around the room, you're just like, yo, let's go.
I think that's the worst stage to reach in sex. When you're just going and you're just like, I'm not gonna come tonight. Like, it's not gonna go again. It's really not gonna go. Like, we're gonna I've come to times where I'm just like, we're going, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna have to stop.
Yeah.
Like, I'm being real with you.
Okay.
Like, we're just gonna have to stop.
Okay.
And she's like,
on the other hand, maybe if the blowjob lasts too long, does that mean that it's trash, or is it that they're holding back and you don't want to come?
Say that again.
Blowjob that is way too long. Like
if you've been giving me head for a minute, like
a good amount of time,
your head's not good. But or sorry, no, there's two. My bad.
I'm not saying me. No, I'm just asking
the person.
Yes.
But there's two options. Like,
okay,
your head's not good, and there's some guys that don't come from head.
Okay.
Like they're actually like there are guys that they can't come from head.
Yeah.
Wow. Really?
I don't have that problem, but there are guys that just like head I just can't come from head. But as soon as they put in the vagina, boom. It's just
that's wild.
They can't come from head. Just there's something about it. So some girls are like, I suck. It's like, no, you don't suck. It's like Would
you tell somebody if they sucked?
I have to.
I wouldn't say you suck, but I would just say like I let them know in some different way. I just be like, no, it's okay. Like,
really?
We'll move on to the next stage of foreplay.
My favorite line. My favorite line is.
I don't even want to hear this.
My favorite line is, you don't have to do this. You don't have to. I just tell it. You don't have to do this.
Okay.
You don't have to do it. Like, we don't have to do it. Trust me. You can just have sex.
Okay. Like, so you see how you made me feel when you were like, oh, well, you're a part of the problem. You never told him that it was small. You are a part of the problem.
No.
Wait.
She's
hold on.
Kind of right. She's kind of right.
Kind of right. But what I will do is typically, not all the time, but typically, if I do you don't have to do this, there's shortly later, maybe a conversation or a text further, it's a how was it text, or like, was it bad? Like, because typically, if you're stopping someone from doing something, they're like, oh. So they're curious about that. So eventually the question comes up at some time.
Really?
Not always.
Okay.
But sometimes the question will come up and be like, so like, did you not like or whatever? And then I'll openly express.
But I just
like,
tell them.
I'm
And
like,
you will?
I'll say, like, I'm like, you know what? Like, you could have done this. You should have
That's
done
so
this.
I'll just say what I don't like in the moment, though. Like
Not in the moment. In the moment, you can't say what you're saying.
No. That's what I will do. That's what I will do.
Yo,
No,
it
listen
is
to me.
trash.
If a girl's doing something, like she's going down on me, right, and she's doing something that I don't like, like let's say she's fucking
Teeth. You can stop her.
I'll just be like, don't do that.
Yeah, no, that's
I'll
fine.
be like, don't do that. So she should know moving forward
feedback.
not to fucking do that. Right? And if she does
Okay.
it again, then there's no more.
Yeah.
I'm just like, you're done.
No, feedback is fine. You can give
Feedback is
sex
critical.
Feedback is for sex, but it's one thing to give feedback. It's one thing that's like, this is like, I can't give you feedback. This is just awful. Like, there's times where you're just like,
Really? Have you ever had awful head?
what?
Really?
What? Like,
Yeah.
it's...
What is I
Where's awful head?
Yes.
So, ladies out there, when you're going down on a guy, okay? One, don't disregard the balls. They're people too.
What'd you say?
Don't disregard the balls.
Okay.
They are people too.
Okay.
That doesn't mean manhandle them. They're very sensitive, ladies. Trust me. But just get them involved. You know, just bring the friends in.
Okay.
Also, there's a difference between when some. I may need your help with this.
Okay.
When there's a difference when a girl really enjoys head and when they're just doing it because I think you like it.
Okay, and
Like,
this is why I feel like this goes back to like going down on women. This is why I feel like a lot of guys aren't good at it, right? Because like
True.
you know how you said you have like you know what
thing,
your thing is?
Yeah.
Like because of that thing, do you enjoy going down on women that you actually like?
Yes, because I want to do that.
Okay,
Like,
that's how I am too,
Yeah.
right? It's like because like I have like I'm experienced in it. I'm like, okay, this is what I'll do. Like this is what I think women like, and they show me that they like it.
Yeah.
Like I enjoy doing it, right? And I've noticed that there are guys, my boys I've talked to, some boys that are just like, yeah, I don't like going down on women. And my immediate reaction to them is because you're not good at it. That's what I always say.
Really?
And it might sound like
scary.
it might sound like I'm being
It's scary down there.
no, maybe for you, right?
You're a female.
There's
saying this.
smells. There's.
I'm not.
there's
We've had. I know. Like
I
I don't. I don't
within
go. I don't do the ones that smell. Like
I literally know like within a couple seconds after we're both naked if I'm gonna go down on you.
For
or
sure.
not.
Really?
Yeah.
Yo, you think?
How do you not know when you look at a dude's
Let
dick?
me
Like,
ask
if
you.
you-
Let me ask you a question. Just a direct question now.
Okay.
Before someone gives you head, let's not even you. Before a man gives a woman head, do you think we just dig our head down there? I finger you first. I smell my finger. If it, you know, it's a joke. It's not a joke. You think it's a joke? Yo, I finger you first. We kiss, touch, whatever. My hand's down there. I'm like, okay. Wait, I'll do like a, okay, rub it like just a little stretch with that. Like I don't go.
Okay.
Like I'll do like a.
Yes.
If I don't, I'm like, okay, it's good. If I smell something, I'm just not doing it.
Okay.
It's not. I won't.
And then
it's
maybe
not-
if she says, "Well, okay, like I sucked your dick, are you gonna go down?"
Oh, that conversation's not happening.
It never happens.
That conversation never happened.
You don't want to date.
No girls ever like push me down and like face to face with it.
Really? Because guys are so good at the.
Guys do that. That's fine.
I know,
Guys
but
do that,
but guess
do that. It's fucked
what?
up.
We already know how to get
Yeah.
to Dicktown. We
Yeah.
don't need navigation.
Right,
You know
right.
what I mean? Like bobbly bobble. We don't need. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Don't need no
don't-
GPS.
No.
I think
no OnStar.
you know what?
OnStar, can I get to Dicktown, please?
Make a left. Further down. No, the thing with girls is I think girls are less aggressive when it comes to the head, and I think girls are a lot more shy. Not all, but generally I think girls are more shy. So like, if a guy doesn't do it on his own, I don't think a girl's like, can you like, you know?
Yeah,
I think
that's true.
unless girls are like really sex addicts, like there's some girls that are really into it, they're like, I want head first. Like I met girls that are like, I want head. I'm like, oh, okay. If I don't like you, like I won't do it. But if I'm into it, I'm like, oh, that was forward.
Oh,
but
okay.
I was forward, but sure, if I want to, right? But
Yeah.
for the most part, I don't think girls are forward that way. That like, if I choose not to,
Yeah,
they just allow it. It's just like, oh, he didn't do it, so whatever. I gave him head, he didn't. Oh, okay. And I think they're so used to so many other guys just not doing it that it's just like they're not gonna. If I don't do it, they're not gonna be like, oh. They're just like, okay, guys don't usually anyways, whatever, you know. But we've been.
I know, but I know for like a lot of women, like the act of like a guy going down on them is supposedly like very intimate, right? Like they wouldn't do it with just any guy.
Yeah.
But whereas,
really,
but
no, it's true.
You know, that's what I've been told. But whereas with guys, it's just like, well,
we won't have sex with every girl, but we'll get head from different girls.
Yeah.
Yeah. Girls are more picky about who they're letting go down on them. You're not like every guy's mouth go down there. I don't know
about that.
You are?
I didn't say me, but I'm saying.
Okay, are you letting every man's mouth go down there, or some guys are like, you know,
or like your group of friends?
I don't really want you to do that.
Are your group of friends like that? Like, are your group of friends letting like any man go down on them, or are they selective with who it is?
And no, they're like letting people go down on them because in this day and age, it's like a lot of guys are not like they'll say they're not doing it, but they will take a blowjob. So it's like. Listen, I gotta get it where I can get it.
Is that still a thing? Because I remember as I was getting older and like sex was like happening a lot more. I used to hear guys say things like, "I don't go down on girls," and it was especially
that was high school though, man.
Especially like, straight up.
That was high
I heard
school.
a lot of black guys saying this too.
It was all black guys. That was high school.
All black guys, and I was just like, what? Like,
no, it is.
Maybe it's because I was in a relationship.
Yeah, no, it is.
I was just like,
the last person I dated didn't go down, but I always did it to him.
I think
that's wild. What?
Right? But it didn't really
dated him and it was like that?
That's wild.
It's like you were fully aware of this dynamic going into the relationship.
Yeah, but it didn't bother me because I don't feel like it's the end all be all. It's not gonna break me. I'm not gonna be like, okay, this relationship is not gonna work.
If I was a woman, like if I was a woman, a guy not going down would be like a deal breaker.
For sure.
Really?
Because it's like because it's a critical. Like I look at it as a critical part of foreplay.
Of course.
I feel like any guy that's ever gone down on you, right? That's been good. Has he also been good at sex? I wonder if there's a correlation between the two, because like,
I think there is.
I feel like if I go down on a girl and she really enjoys it, then
then the sex is good too.
She's gonna know like, okay, this dude, because it's not easy to make a girl come from going down on her. No, so then she must assume that like, okay, this guy probably knows what he's doing.
Yeah. No,
come Dick Town.
No, actually, you know what I'll say? I think, well, like I was saying before, like when someone enjoys something, it just makes it that much better. Because like when you're just having sex just to have sex, just giving head just to give head, it's like you're just doing it. You're like, okay, let me just get this over with. Let me just like. But if you're genuinely enjoying something, it's like you said, you make it a challenge. It's like when you're doing something, it's not just I'm not just doing it. I'm like I'm gonna do this to make sure I break you. Like I'm trying. Like so, it's like it's gonna be good because you're like I'm trying to beat you. Like I'm actually trying to whatever wall you have up. I'm trying to do that. It's not just like I'm just trying to have sex and get enough. It's like
so I'm trying to let you know I'm that guy.
This is pride. It's pride. But this is a long question. I don't know if it's a question. This is a wicked topic, but. Another question.
Well, the other question, like we touched on it earlier when Glenn Moore came downstairs. My dad, but he said,
"Shout out Papa Zamora."
We asked like, can men tell if we're faking orgasms or not? Right? Okay. And like, I have a confession. Like, I've actually faked it once.
How do you even do that?
But here's the thing, like
we all have.
Did you say how do you? Okay, so here's what it was.
I'll do that
for me in my situation. I was smashing the girl from behind, right? And it was just going on like way too long because I wasn't like super into it by this point.
Yeah.
And like I guess I did what you said earlier, where I was just like, oh shit, I'm gonna come, and then I pulled out, and obviously nothing came out.
You're wild if you said it. You're wild. If you said it, you were. That's wild.
I did it because it was going on for like an hour, bro. It was like it was a long.
You said I'm gonna come.
I'm like I'm gonna come, and I just pulled out and did. But you know that I'm wild because I left it like that Tinder story.
No, right? I remember that.
So it's just like,
but to actually verbally say it is cold. To verbally say it,
how is it cold when women do that all the time?
No,
like,
as a guy.
As a guy.
As a guy.
Whatever. Now we're not gonna talk about equality out here. Fuck out of here. Women want all this equality in the world, but I'm cold for using their line.
It's just I don't know.
Please.
I faked it before, but I didn't say it. Like my thing was just it was going really long. Like I was saying, if I'm doing it super long, I'm usually not enjoying it. They're enjoying. Going off. Okay, I'm just. Like, have you ever had sex and just been thinking about other things?
Bro, sometimes I think about if I left like my car door open. Like what assignment I gotta work tomorrow. I think about anything.
I think I was thinking about something else.
Only if it's bad.
Yeah,
only
if it's bad. If it's good, you're not. You're in. But I think it was super bad. And I think I don't know. God knows what I was thinking about. But I was just like just going. And I'm just like I'm done. Like I'm off of this. Like, so basically, I kind of just went. Oh, like I just kind of like took her off, and she's like, "You came?" I'm like, "Yeah." So you have a condom, right? So usually you can see what's in the condom. So like, I just like
pull a little rain magic.
Just like slid off real quick, just ran to the bathroom real quick and tossed it. Just like, oh yeah, yo, honestly though, like. I have to go.
Yo,
like,
the reason
that is like that's cold. Hold on, that's cold. You can't wait like an hour.
No, like it wasn't immediate.
Okay.
Like I got dressed first.
The reason I'm laughing is because you know how you said you ever been like thinking about different shit. Yeah. So like even when the sex is really good and you don't want to come yet, do you ever think about like other shit to try to
distract yourself?
Of course, to like stifle your mind, right?
Of course.
And it's like I wonder what that looks like from the woman's perspective because I know that when I'm thinking about other shit, like I'm looking around the room, like I'm literally like my eyes are closed, I'm like looking around, and I'm literally thinking about anything other than sex.
You can only do that from the back though.
Only from the back.
If they're facing you, can't.
Or if they're on top of me, my go-to move is just some.
This man said my go-to move.
Just the hands of the eyes. Yo, this is crazy. Yo, this is crazy. Just be like, oh my gosh. They just like, yo, this is crazy. Oh,
you guys are killing me right now.
Please know that if a dude does that,
oh my god,
one, the sex is fire, and two, he is thinking about anything other than sex.
Covers his face. Yo, it's a wrap. He's about to come, bro. Yeah, like, if a man just goes like, go faster, kill him. He's done. He's done.
Ladies, that's your cue. So now you know. That's the secret. If you're on top of him, it covers his face, specifically his eyes, puts his hands over his eyes.
Go for the kill.
You're in the clear. You're in the touchdown zone. That's where you're at.
Oh my god.
Nice.
that was another question for that.
But no, like when you fake, or when you did fake, I should say.
Yes.
How did that process go? Like, what did you?
I don't even remember. Honestly, usually if we fake, maybe we're tired and it's just like the same thing. It's gone on too long. You're just like, I can't. Yeah. And riding, maybe your legs hurt. You're just not into it. And it's just like, I'm done. Like, honestly. So it's better to say something like, oh my God, it's so big. It's hurting. I gotta stop. You know what I mean? Something like that. And you're like, oh, boost your ego, but I'm getting the fuck off right now. Yeah. Like, I'm done. Like, let's just end this.
So do you get off more or find things more interesting when you do it in places that are not like a bed or not like typical places? Like, are you a explorer, adventurer?
Yeah, I'll do it in other places.
Outside?
Yeah.
Parking lots?
I have.
Cars, of course.
Yes.
Watch your voice. Cars.
Everyone's in the car.
Okay, what's the most wild place you had sex in then? Let's just get to this question.
Yeah, you might as well. A movie theater. It was my first time, actually.
Really?
Yeah. The very top back at like 12 o'clock in the day. We went to the movie that no one would ever see. Went to the very, very top back.
Movie attendants have to know people be fucking in the theaters. If it's middle of the day and you're going to go see Gone with the Wind. Like,
I think they do. Yeah. Just 2 for this, please. What? Like... Yeah.
Really? That's so gross.
Yeah, but I guess that's
like it's
now you're like, damn, it's Ryan.
Movie theater. I guess like public bathroom. Yeah. I had to do the stall. I had to do it just because they see in the movies.
How was it? Very uncomfortable.
It was.
That's gross.
But you know what? It was like the handicap bathrooms. So like a little bit more space.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do.
Like, it's bigger. You can walk around. You can walk around a little bit.
Ryan walks in the bathroom with the girl. He's like, no, not that stall. Not that stall. Get the
big one. Get the handicap one.
I know, but it's still like dirty and filthy and yeah, no.
I'm trying to think. Probably the wildest place I've ever done it was my high school change room.
That's not wild.
It was kind of wild because it was like
during school hours.
During school hours.
So anyone could walk in anytime, huh?
Anyone could walk.
Did you lock the doors at least?
I'm pretty sure I thought I locked both.
Yeah.
And when we were done, one of them was unlocked. And after I was like, holy fuck. I'm like, someone could have came in?
Yeah, you guys are both expelled.
Yeah.
Shut up. Both of you guys are good. You're done. Get out.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's probably the wildest place where we've done it.
You guys have beat me out. I can't think of anything wild.
Yeah, I mean, outside. I actually forest I've done, but I didn't like it because like mosquitoes, and, bugs, and you get
not good.
Get bit up.
Just like I don't understand how people do it like at the beach. Like who wants sand?
I've never done sand. I don't want to.
You need to put towels down? Like, I don't get it.
But
even if it's still gonna get in.
Yeah,
right.
I've never been interested in doing sand.
Yeah.
Like doing sex on the beach. That's not actually comfortable. There's actually nothing great about that. It's like sand in your palms. Like what?
Yeah, no.
I have a question for you, but it doesn't relate closely to everything we're talking about. But it had to do with what we were talking about earlier. Mm-hmm. All right. So you know how you were saying, like, why, like, basically black guys aren't going for black women?
Oh gosh.
Why is it like? Why is there like? I don't want to sound like insensitive, but is there like an obsession with black men natively being a black woman? You're like, I want a black man because I'm a black woman. Because like for me, like we've talked about this a lot on the previous podcast, on previous episodes, right?
Okay.
And I've given my take on it, right? Like it's funny, like I've had people tell me I am not into black, like people have told me I am not into black girls. And I'm just like, you guys are wild. Like, girl is my type of girl, right?
Okay.
And the only reason, you don't know because you probably didn't remember that episode, but essentially, like, I've grown up my entire life going to school areas like not around black women. Mm-hmm. But for whatever, unlike what most people would assume, like it's only made me like black women more, right? Okay. Because I'm not always surrounded by them.
Yeah.
But I've just never dated one, right? Okay. And I personally feel like, in my experiences, black women haven't been into me, right? Because I'm not like most black men that they meet, right? Or quote unquote that they're looking for, right? Doesn't mean I don't have anything against black women. I really don't. I date whoever the fuck I like, right? Or I'm into. So what I'm asking is like, why does every time I hear a black woman say like, why is it that black men like don't want us, blah blah blah? Like, is that a constant thought because like you're also a black woman wondering why black men aren't into us? Or like what is it?
I think it's really hard in this day and age. I think we're pushed in we're social media craze, and you'll see pictures of girls half naked, and you'll see girls they look mixed, or they're mixed with this and they're mixed with that, or you know what I mean? And when you do see like beautiful black girls and stuff like that, I don't think they get as much attention as maybe a mixed girl will. Then you see a lot of black guys who are in relationships with mixed girls. Like it's not that it doesn't happen. I'm sure there's like a lots of black on black relationships, but we don't really see that. We see a lot of black guys who reach their height in, what a professional sport they're playing. They don't have a black woman beside or they did, but she got kicked to the curb for Tiffany. You know what I mean? Shaniqua is still back in.
Why is the mixed girl's name Tiffany?
Well, or the white girl. You know what I mean?
I actually know a mixed girl named Tiffany. That's hilarious.
we get left. So, black girls want, we do want to be with black men. We do want, our black men to love us and appreciate us. The crazy thing is, I don't really care who you date.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to date a white girl, you want to thing, I have no problem with it. The problem I have is when you're going to be like, because you got when you have an attitude and this and that. I don't like that kind of.
When you negate it. You say,
it's like,
I'm not dating you because of.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Or you kind of see people's preferences. Like, that's why maybe they're like, oh yeah, you don't date black girls, because they probably see in your past, they're like, I've never seen you with a black girl. Mm-hmm. So it's you know what I mean? So you kind of get canceled out.
Okay, so that's what I wonder then. It's because like they see, a girl might see who it is that I've dated in the past, and then they automatically cancel me out, right? Because they're like, You know, this dude doesn't like black girls, but they have no clue like what my history has been like or like my upbringing, because that plays into why I have dated.
But it doesn't matter to them.
But it doesn't I know it really doesn't matter, and I think that's kind of wild from a black guy's perspective, right? Because, like not to toot my own horn, but it's like I do have my shit together, right? Like I got a great fucking job, like. Good family life. Like I know what it is I want to do and all this type of stuff. It's not like I'm sitting
more selling himself right now.
But it's not like I'm sitting here.
I rate it though.
But it's not like I'm sitting here.
This guy's like, I got a job. I'm educated. I got no kids.
Here, like, it's not like I'm sitting
Anyone
here
listening, hit me up. Top boys.
But it's not like I'm sitting here doing all those things so I can be like, all right, so I can get a black woman, right? I do it because like that's who I am, right? So I think it's kind of wild for like a black girl, because I know like you don't have this issue, but it's like I think it's wild for like a black girl to like cancel me out, quote unquote, because they're just like, okay, this dude's only dated like girls that weren't black. I've never dated a white girl, right? I've only dated like ethnic girls, but I've never dated a black girl.
No, if that's what we're gonna like,
no, like Asian, dated Asian, like
I've dated Asian, I've dated Trini, like I've dated a Spanish girl, right?
But never dark skinned black girl.
Never dark skinned black girl. Trini girl was dark skinned.
Have you ever hit on a dark skinned black girl?
Oh, definitely.
And what has been? They're just not feeling you, or?
There was like one black girl that I was like really into. But I was also in a relationship.
Okay.
So there was nothing I could do about that, right? Like I was like, there was a black girl that I saw that I was like, I was like, this is the one. I was like, this is the one.
I'm taking.
So like, what am I gonna do? Be a trifling black dude? Like fit that stereotype? No. Yeah. So can't even think about it.
I think a lot of timing goes into it too, and I think. It's one of the. It sounds ridiculous, but it's in many cases probably true. There's a lot of, I guess, times or scenarios where black women or dark-skinned women or any women really are trying to get a particular guy or are interested in a particular guy, and everyone has a perspective of a situation or scenario, right? So from their side, they're like, "Oh my God, doesn't like black guys, doesn't like black girls." Oh, another one. But like, you have no idea what scenario that person is at that given time. It just happens to be. It's like, yeah, sure, it's this and it's this, but it's very possible that the guys that you're trying to get or are interested in or interested in you, there's something actually just happening with them. Whether it's they're interested in somebody else, they already met someone before you, and you just happen to get the short end of the stick. Every time it's possible. It sucks. No, it's very possible. It is.
So every time you're getting the short end of the stick, it's with a white girl or an exotic mix girl.
But what I'm saying is,
I don't know.
The point I'm arguing is
I don't believe that.
The point I'm trying to argue is that it's not always necessarily you're not getting this person because you're dark skinned, rather than you're not getting this person because someone met them first that happened to be another race, blah blah. The issue arises is if you met this guy first, was super dope, you guys both, it was sick, and like, wow, I like you, you like me, blah 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 blah, and then he disappears, and then he's with a white chick, and you're like, okay, yo, what the hell? Like, that's where it's like you can be like, seriously, like that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But if it's just like, I don't know you like that, and just like, oh, he's with a white girl, you're like, you don't even know him. Like, for you to make that assumption, it's like he didn't get me because he doesn't like black girls. Like, you barely want to date. You don't know him like that to say this is the reason why I didn't get him.
I'm curious.
I know, but in the world of social media, where you can do your investigation or send somebody to investigate, you can look at you can look at his pictures and be like,
I'm curious though.
You always post up with Becky.
Is it okay? See, you said Becky, right? Like, I associate that with white girl, but is it now worse? Like, I'm beginning to think that it's worse if like homeboy is with like a light skinned girl, right?
It's worse
mix, because like that's the thing I keep noticing recently, like in the past year or so, where it's like,
you think it's worse if he's the person with the
no? I don't think it's worse.
Or you're saying it's viewed as worse?
I'm getting the impression that black women probably think they think it's worse that these black guys are going after all these like exotic or light skinned looking women, as opposed, because before it was just white women, right? Like all the
I think
brothers
we've come to terms that white women have brought it to the table. Like their bodies, it's not Jane Fonda anymore. Like they're bringing like some asses, they working out. They, you know what I mean? They're kind of like, it's like, wow, okay, well, you're white and your ass is better than mine. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like we've come to terms. Okay, it may be with a white girl, but I think it kind of bothers you more. It's this, I guess it's this whole thing, like team dark skin, team light skin, that really, like, we're all black. Like, I don't know how to put it. Like, you're still going to be seen as black. So it's like, when girls are like, team light skin, I'm team dark skin. No, we're all black, honey. Like, we're all black. So that's another problem that brings into why men, on the other hand, are like, well, I like this Pocahontas because she's mixed Filipino and black. Like, you know what I mean? That's why we have these problems too, because we put each other in a box. Like, I'm dark skinned. Well, you're not that dark. Well, I'm not that dark. Oh, I'm light skinned. Well, I'm not really light skinned. I'm brown. And it's like, is this what our world is? Like, come on, this is crazy. Anyways.
So
I do have a question going back to something else I just thought of.
Okay.
Is there a difference in, does everybody's vagina feel different?
Yeah.
Yes.
It does. Okay.
Of course.
To know.
Yes.
Does everyone's dick feel the same?
No.
Yeah.
So it's the same.
It's the same question.
Okay.
It's the same
question.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever been with somebody and it was too loose that you were like, yeah, I'm not into this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you continue or did you finish?
I couldn't finish because it was too loose.
Really?
I think that's what I faked. I think that I faked that one.
Oh.
That's definitely what I faked.
What does too loose mean?
It's like you literally don't feel anything. Like, you literally don't feel anything. Like,
really?
It's almost like
there's no like pull.
Yeah, there's no pull. Like, you need just, for sex to feel good, there needs to be some type of resistance. Or some girls get really wet, where it's just super really wet, but that has nothing to do with the looseness. It's just really, really wet. But like,
we're talking about like grip?
Yeah, just actual like the tightness of it. So when it's just not. It's just banana in the hallway. Just.
Really? So maybe if they called you back and they were like,
banana in the hallway.
I really had a great, like, they thought about it a different way than you did. They're like, I had a great time. Like, you know what I mean? When are we gonna see each other again? What do you say?
I just avoid it.
You know that meme where the dude he puts up the peace sign and disappears slowly?
I just avoid it.
Really?
I send them the meme. That's what I do.
No, you don't.
I don't. I'm joking. I'm joking.
That is like so.
No. I've like, for those situations, I've really like.
Yeah.
If I'm in a good mood, I'll do the nice. Like, I'll be like, yeah, sometime. Like,
and if you're not,
that means don't message Ryan at like 8 in the morning, ladies. You catch him with a bad mood.
If I'm in a good mood, I'll give them the like, yeah, like one day, I'll be back sometime. Like I'll never go back.
Okay, but why are you avoiding me? Like, I've been texting you over and over. I want to see you again.
Eventually, they stop. Eventually.
So you've never had the conversation. It's because
your sex was bad.
Yeah.
I've never directly said your sex was bad.
You seem very rough about like you know about other things. I don't see why rough. You wouldn't.
I think that is damaging. Like,
really?
To a female.
Okay.
I think that's damaging. Like,
so that's not damaging to us. So if I said your sex sucks.
Yeah, but the thing is, guys have more ego. Guys are the one. Like, guys need you to be like, yo, secco. Like, you need guys need that. Girls don't walk around like, well, somewhere, but girls are mostly walking around like, yo, my pussy's this. Like, what? Girls just they have sex with you, okay, whatever. So for me to go out of my way and be like, I'm not calling back because that was awful. Like, then they get like that hurts a woman. Like, and then they probably won't have sex for a while.
You know
like,
what? Like,
you know, like they actually, you know what I'm saying, that's something that you ask that will adjust their life. Like, you can say that to someone, and that will make a woman adjust her life.
So
like,
you're saying if somebody said it to you, you would just be like,
he's still going. Are you dumb?
You know what face you would make? You know the Russell Westbrook face?
Yeah.
Like, you know the meme where he's like, what?
Yo,
like, that's the face we'll make because we're like, what are you talking about? Like, that's the ego talking.
If you say that to a guy, his brain is going to say, that's just her. She's dumb.
Yeah.
That's it.
We need to hear it. We need to keep hearing it.
He needs to hear 30 girls be like,
which is why we said it was a problem that dude never heard it, because he's still walking around like Big Dick Larry.
That's a difference, because there's a difference there, because you can like improve upon sex. You can improve upon size. That's like
but here's okay.
Like,
you can improve upon talk. Tell him to stop talking. Tell him you don't need to talk.
Okay, but here's what I asked you.
Let him have something.
This guy had a small dick, right? by your standards, but do you think
by my standards? Okay, no, by the world's standards.
I didn't see the dick. I didn't see the dick.
I'm just middle finger. You not show it?
I'm not lying.
Regardless, my point is, do you think it's possible then for a dude with a dick size like that to pleasure a woman? Do you think it's possible with his dick, not like foreplay?
They say it's not the size; it's how you use it.
I was about to say. So
they do say that.
I know they do, but okay.
But the reason I say okay, the reason I will refute that point anytime a girl is like, nah, it's gotta have a big dick. Okay, that's never been a concern, but it's just like, yo, like some dudes could probably have like a huge dick and
trash
and be
that's
trash,
true.
right? So it's
garbage.
Like, so you have to know what you're doing.
You have to know what you're doing, but if you're not, you're not feeling anything, then I'm not feeling anything.
That's what's wild to me. That's why I'm really feeling anything. That's why I'm really trying to understand. Like,
anything is?
Okay.
Do you know what anything is? You're telling me what nothing? That's impossible.
See?
Do you know what nothing is? There's no way a man was in you and you felt that's impossible.
Fam, when if she gave the man head, she could have a full discussion with him. That's how small it is.
See, I wish I would.
Okay, be honest. Just be honest. Be honest. You can say it wasn't enjoyable. It wasn't pleasurable.
When you say you felt nothing, did you really?
Can't say
okay.
Nothing, Ebony. Do you know what? That means how you're sitting on the couch right now. A man is physically thrusting you, and you're just kicking it. There's no way. You can say it wasn't enjoyable. You can say that. You can say it didn't pleasure me. I definitely didn't come. I wasn't wet. You can say all that stuff, but you can't say he wasn't there. He wasn't there.
I love the way you say. Honestly, honestly, I was writing him, and I have to say, no, I didn't. And the only
So you're riding a vagina.
Hold on, I want to hear.
You're riding a vagina. That's what she was riding a vagina. That's what I wanted her to say. I wanted her to tell me she was riding a man with a vagina.
The only saving grace of it was, I think, because it was so small, it like rubbed up against my clit. So it was enjoyable in that way. And on top of it...
Keep going. Man's penis rubbed her clit from the inside.
Oh my god.
Oh jeez.
She got a clit stimulus from a penis on the inside. Oh my god.
And
wow.
Honestly, I try to like push it be like, oh, let's do something else. So he did go down. Oh my god. It was just like worse upon worse. It was like, you know, so mean. You know when a cat licks you?
Yo, cats have tiny thorns on their fucking tongue. The spikes. So
it was like,
oh my god.
I was like, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what are you doing down there? And he's like, oh, don't worry. Yeah, I got this. And then
you actually asked the man, what do you do? And he said, I got this?
Yeah.
Yo, if a woman, Ryan, I'm going to tell you Ryan, I'm telling you right now, if a woman ever said to me, what are you doing down there? Ryan, this podcast is done because I'm killing myself.
No.
You know that, right? Like, I'm not coming back.
No.
And what are you doing down there?
Yeah, I said, what are you doing? But it's probably too that I was drunk too, like I was tipsy.
So you need more stimulus on top of it because you're drunk.
And so I'm like, what are you doing? It's like, don't worry, I got this, I got you. And then he did it again. I was like, yeah, okay, well, you're wasting my time now. And
I pictures her looking down like,
yeah.
What are you doing?
Remember the Dave Chappelle, like wrap it up? You just tell him, wrap it up.
So maybe from there, like after that we've never, and yeah. I don't know. Maybe the next person. I have seen him out with another girl, and I'm like, good luck.
Girl's like, bitch, you losing. I know. No, I have a question for you. We've asked. Oh my god, she just said a man's dick was really clit. I can't. I'm sorry. The question was we asked a question to us.
And my legs cramp. Like, you don't even know the work I put in to, like, try to get something out of it. When I got off that couch, I was like, you know when you get off a horse? You're like,
oh
like, God. Cramp up leg. Anyways, it's too much information.
Too, right? Jeez. Don't forget that. We cramp too.
So, so a question I asked all of us when there was like a full guy show, was would you have sex with a friend's ex?
How long have they broken up?
So yes.
No, there's
The answer is yes. Then if you respond to the time frame, then the answer is yes. Yes, you would based on the time.
Okay, wait a minute. No.
Okay.
Because this is not high school. This is like this is adult world,
definitely.
right?
Yes.
So how good of a friend is this person
This is your
to
best.
me?
This is your girl.
This is my girl.
This is your girl.
How long were they dating?
A year.
No, I wouldn't date. Well, because it's my best friend. No, if it was like
just someone you know.
Just somebody I know in passing, then yeah. Like honestly, we're all out here. Most people here are trying to find love.
Mm-hmm.
Like
we out here trying to get dick. We out here.
We're out here trying to find love.
Yeah.
So, not saying that I'm going to date somebody's like ex. I'm like going to go out. But I'm saying.
So if she moved on, he approached you and he's super nice and you kick it.
And we're not good friends or we are good friends?
It's still your girl, but she moved on.
No, I can't. If it's my girl, then I can. If it was like my really close girl, I can. If it's somebody that I don't know, then like it has happened to me and I didn't even date them. And somebody was like, he was interested in me and I didn't even date him. And my friend was like, but we were friends. And she was like, we broke up and that means if I'm not friends with him, you're not friends with him. And I was like, are we in high school?
None of that. Stop.
No, but girls are on that tip. And she called me disloyal because I didn't like, I guess unfriend him because she wasn't.
Well, didn't that happen with...
I'm talking about somebody else, but I'm saying with another friend, she told me that I was disloyal.
Oh, true. Wow.
Because she broke up with him. They didn't work out, but me and him we were friends. Like it's not like anything happened, but we were friends. I was like, so let's break it down this way. If we passed on the street and he said hi to me, would you want me to say hi or just ignore him? She's like, ignore him. Hello, like you're on my team. I'm like, no, that's high school.
That's very extreme. And it's like, how long did they date?
I think they dated 2 or 3 years.
Here's my thing, right? I'm not fucking. If it's my boy, I'm not touching his ex, right? Mm-hmm. No, it's picking me up. Don't worry. If it's my boy, I'm not touching his ex.
Yeah.
Whatsoever. Doesn't even matter. Doesn't even if they dated for like a year. I'm just not doing it because it's my boy. Yeah. Right? And it's my boy. I'm gonna see him far more than I'm gonna see this girl. Right.
True.
But like, for them to be like, yo, I've broken up with this girl, like she no longer exists to you. Like if you see her, you can't say hi. That's a little fucked up to me. Especially at this age. You're just like, because that is really high school, right? Where it's just like you create all these cliques and you're like, yo, you can't come near him, you can't come near me or my friends.
It's true.
It's like, no. The only way I could see that kind of happening at this age is if like some crazy like detrimental shit happened between you two where you're just like
if you beat your ass,
something wild. Where it's just like you can't be associating with this person because they did X, Y, Z. But it can't be like, oh, because we broke up. Like you're grown adults, you know?
Yeah. Well, that's how she put it. She told me like disloyal, and that's happened twice. But I feel like, listen,
everything was bad. The
relationship.
She was.
The relationship that you two had
Ryan,
has nothing to do with my relationship with this person. Like you guys have a different relationship than how me and him are friends, right?
Yeah.
So we don't discuss you, but I'm not gonna unfriend somebody because you're not dating them. Like it didn't work out. So sad, too bad. But like we're not sitting around having like a powwow, like talking about you, like. So I'm like, we're too old for this. And we're trying, everybody, as I said, is trying to find love in some way, right? So why am I going to knock somebody out of this whole thing of trying to find love? And they could be my soulmate.
Yeah.
I'm not dating my best friend's man, but like if I knew you and we're like not that close, I may like go on a date.
Yeah.
You just never know. Just saying.
So what's your question for us? That you're...
Let's see. Well, I gave you one with the whole crotchety crotch.
Oh, yeah.
That's funny.
How would you feel if somebody like attacked your manhood and said your dick is small? Like you ain't pushing weight.
That ain't never happened to me.
It's not happening.
I guess that's what how
ego.
The cockiness.
Sorry, it's not happening.
Facts.
Sorry.
Facts, my guy.
Anyone listening, if you want to do that just to try and prove a point, not gonna believe
okay.
Just not gonna believe
See,
it.
this is what I've always wondered. No, look. I know you're making this crazy face.
Yeah.
Right? At first, I was like joking around here, but now I'm about to get real serious about this. Right? Like, it's wild to me that like I see this in like movies. I see that on social media when people break up online and they clown each other. Yeah. It's like if you're acting one way when we're together, talking about my dick one way, and then the second we break up, you're saying another. Like, this has never happened to me, right? Mm-hmm. But that just shows, like, to me, that just shows that you're trying to attack someone's ego and everything you're saying isn't true.
Trying to slut shaming. Because
for real, like, the truth is, like, if the dick was that small and you're putting someone on blast like that, I don't see you dating that person for a long time. Like, how?
I don't see you coming back, ever.
If the dick is that small, why are you coming back? Well, what do they provide? Unless they're like your sugar daddy or some shit like that. Because that happens. I know that happens. But it's like, what are you trying to say? Like, if a girl really said to me, like, yo, your dick is small, I'd be like, okay. I'd be like,
the girl.
I'd be like, okay. Like, okay. What are you trying to say? Especially if it's a girl that I've been sleeping with. I probably feel some type of way, honestly, if it was like a girl at one night stand kind of thing, and I whip my dick out and she says that, then I'm like, whoa, like, you don't even know me,
so
right?
Is that the question you're asking? If it was a first meeting,
I'd be
the girl just said,
I'd be a little thrown off like that.
I'm not doing this. Like, sorry, it's too small.
Yeah.
But you know what though? Okay, I said I'd be thrown off, but at the same time, I'd be like, what kind of fucking big dicks are you fucking? Because like, I've never had that issue before.
So more just low key plugged his dick.
Whoa, chill.
Yeah, this guy's like, chill. If you're saying, yo, like, this guy's
feeling good.
Chill.
The more just said, yo, if a girl tells me, yo,
Ryan, don't do this, man. You know what I'm trying to say.
If a girl tells me,
oh my God, Ryan,
that my dick is small, yo, I'm telling you, what kind of guys are you with?
Ryan, you know what I'm trying to say.
That's what you just said.
Well, here's what I'm
saying. You just said if
Ryan,
any girl ever tells me.
So let me ask you this then.
That means.
Let me ask you this. Has a girl ever said to you that your dick is small? Or made even a hinted that your dick. Okay, so based on that, based on your sexual history, you're safe to assume that you're well endowed, correct?
But that's just based on the sample, maybe.
Okay. So this is my point. Based on the sample, and it's an extensive sample by this point.
Wow.
Well,
is that what you're doing?
You already plugged numbers before.
You already never plugged my number.
No, you never.
I never plugged my number.
Exact number.
I've never plugged my number.
Exact number.
Okay.
But you've like
what?
It's the good listener can deduce. The good listener can deduce here what's going on.
Some more in his head.
His experience.
Okay, go ahead. So my number's extensive.
Whatever. You can take.
I'm a virgin. I'm a virgin.
Yeah, but remember, girls we don't want to hurt ego. Okay.
So here's my point, though, right? Like, based on your sample, then, because you've never heard this, you're going to assume that, like, okay, like, I'm good down there, right? So if you run into a girl who tells you, the one out of, like, your entire sample that tells you, yo, like, your dick is small, you're either going to think two things. You're going to think, one, like, well, all these other girls lying to me? Or, like, you're like, who have you been fucking? Because like,
this is what I'm gonna do.
What are you thinking?
If a girl tells me that my dick is small, I'm gonna make her say those same words after I fuck her.
Yeah.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Period. If I fuck you and you can say that again, I'll take it.
But how are you gonna fuck her if she doesn't, like, she's not giving that option because your dick is small?
Toss her in the bed.
So now we go on.
See, it's a challenge.
I'm tossing, and I'm like, do you still want to do this? If you say no, then I'm not trying to rape you, so no. But if you say yeah,
okay, all right. I just wanted you to clarify.
No, I'm not gonna just. No, we're about to do this.
No. Needed you to clarify, my guy. I need you to clarify.
I'll ask you. If it's small, cool. You still try to do this? You can talk after. Okay, cool. If you can still talk after, hey, you got me.
Yeah.
Still don't care, but you got me.
Yeah.
Yeah, straight.
Okay.
Like we said, like, I'm not getting like, it's not happening.
Listen, man, there's outliers to everything. So sure, you can be the one that's in the space by yourself.
I can't even.
Oh my God. But yeah, I think we're good. Unless you have another question.
I don't know.
No? No other question?
Nothing you want to ask for your fellow woman? Since you're the voice right now.
Am I the voice?
You are the voice right now.
You're the voice, and you got two young black men here.
Any question that would have been bothering you or giving you some type of heat, some type of...
Heat, baby.
Do you feel that we as black women are losing in the dating game?
Losing. Yes. I'd have to, like, I feel like I'd be naive to say I don't see how things are operating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'd be lying to be like, no, it's equal. Like, everyone's getting dick out here. Like, it's not. Like, I think I'm starting to become aware of it more.
Yeah.
And I think because I'm being aware of it, I think even I've made a conscious effort to be like, I've dated different races or whatever, but I think I've made a conscious effort to if I'm not attracted to a particular person, whether it's white, black, whatever, try and determine why. Like now I'm really like I question myself now. Like if I see a girl and I'm like, this girl's not attracted to me, I'll try and be like, what is it? Like, what is it about her? Like, is it her features or is it like her as of like I don't really like her, you know? I just subconsciously do that to myself, not just kind of take any biases out of it, you know?
Okay.
I think that's just my way of trying to reverse the social norm of what's happening, you know? So I definitely am aware that, you know, mixed girl with titties out could post a picture today and get 20,000 likes and amazing comments, and a dark-skinned girl could post titties out, exact same picture, exact same angle, maybe based on preference, the exact same level of prettiness, and just won't get the same amount of attention. Still breast, still woman, still, but it's the comments will be different, the responses will be different.
Yeah.
You know, you'll get the comments of, oh, like, you make amazing baby comments. Like, there's very different comments that come with lighter skin. You know what I mean? Like, there's, oh, I want my baby like this, or like, look at their hair, look at their eyes. Like, there's very specific comments that come with a light skinned girl with her titties out, and a dark skinned girl's like, you might be like, oh, this girl's pretty, your body with it, but you rarely. I'm a culprit. I'll say I'm a culprit of this. Is that you rarely see comments of dark skinned girls about their eyes, and I love eyes. And I've seen dark-skinned girls with really nice eyes. And I've like, I can say for myself specifically because I like eyes, I can say like, that girls have nice eyes.
Yeah.
But for different reasons, right? Because her eyes are not colored, obviously. But what people equate as nice eyes on mixed girls are just, or her eyes are green. So some girls are ugly. Yeah. Like, there's a lot of ugly girls with nice eyes. Like, trust me, like, all you like light girls right now need to calm down, because there's enough pretty girls out there. There's enough ugly girls out there that have nice eyes. Yeah. Nice eyes don't make you pretty. Like, nice eyes do not make you pretty. But it's the society has allowed ugly girls to get away with the nice eyes, and she's nice eyes, so she's pretty.
She's light skinned. She's pretty.
No.
She has nice hair. She's pretty.
Yeah, absolutely not.
I agree with Ryan. Like, it's funny because like growing up, like being black, you realize how like the rest of society looks at you. And then I probably in my teens, like I realized pretty early that like black women have it worse than black men in a lot of situations, right? Because of the way like society and media like sets you guys up, right? It's, like, quite often like you guys don't get treated with respect, like online. And like I remember growing up watching like BT 106 in Park, like seeing that show. I love that show, right? But it's just like you used to see like how black women were being portrayed, not just on that show, but like in general. And you're just like, yeah, this is what contributed to why like you even hear other races talk about black women a certain way, right? So I don't know. And like, it just, to me, I don't know. Like, I've always found it, I understand people have preferences, but I've just like never been able to grasp like the idea that you don't like a woman, like, and men do it too, women do it too, but it's like, I don't like someone because of their skin color, right? It's like that person could be like actually beautiful, but it's like, I'm not into black women though. You know, like I've heard guys say that, right? And I'm just
I've heard guys say it too.
And I'm like, that is wild.
I've actually
to
heard
me,
guys
right?
say like, I don't fuck with black girls.
I've heard not just black guys, like in general, right? And it's like the same thing with women. I've heard women say the same thing. I've heard white women say it. I've heard like all types of women say like, I'm not into black guys, right? And it's pretty much because they're black. And I'm just like, it doesn't make sense to me that you can like write someone off because of their skin color. Because in my eyes, it's like, I remember growing up, people used to say like, oh, would you date like a brown girl, blah blah. And I was like, fam, like I date pretty. I'll date any pretty girl because like quite frankly, like if we're being like objective, there's pretty people in every single fucking race, right? Like in every single race, there's pretty people. And I do think that like black women are losing out just because of like the way that they have been portrayed in media for such a long time, more so than any other race.
I actually have one more point to say for what you said. You brought BT, which is something very interesting. Our era, this era right now that we're all in, we've all been raised on BET. Majority of the black culture.
When I moved here, like that's
so the majority of this era, the social media era, before social media was huge, we were all raised on BET. White people too. Like BET was the thing.
Yeah.
Culturally. Do you think, and I'm starting to realize and know this, that do you think black people, the obsession with white women and mixed women and lighter skinned people is as a result of the music industry? Because a lot of music videos that we were all watching back then as kids and ingrained into our heads as kids, every time you watch a music video with the cars and the money and blah blah, is a white girl in the pool, white girl in the car, a mixed girl. Like
I think
there's very like think about it. Like, I think it's a very embedded thing that like it kind of, as we age into the age where we can start dating girls, like guys. Rap has a huge impact on men.
But bro, and dark men. I think like it was embedded before any of us were even alive, yes, like big time.
I'm just saying this era, not because this is the era we're living in.
But I think
it was definitely before all. Everything.
I think like obviously music plays a part into it. I think the biggest thing that was like a catalyst for like what preferences people seem to have is social media, because like you have, unlike any other generation, you got like crazy access to all this shit. Like if I don't like a girl, like I could just go on social media and try finding this girl that I like and slide in her DMs, right? And that's how it's been. But the other issue too is like it's like such a double-ended sword, because you play like, we talk about like light-skinned like women having these egos or whatever, and it's like we gave them these egos, you know, like they didn't just grow up like thinking like, oh, like that's how I am. Like
now you put them here, and now
people putting them on this pedestal, and it's like, yo, I haven't like, by saying this, it's not like I have an issue against light-skinned women, right? But it's like in my experience, like I've met more light-skinned women with egos than not.
Oh, really?
For 100%. I've met more light-skinned women that have an ego because, like, they know that, like, guys are trying to get with them. They know that they're light-skinned, like, and they know what comes with that, than ones that are like, oh, what? What do you mean, like, guys are trying to get with me? Like, I've never met a light-skinned girl that's like that, right?
That's humble.
Yeah,
I know that
probably are in this weird day and age, because
I'm definitely.
I don't even know why you would put on. I don't
heat,
know,
bro.
But it's the truth.
Girls gonna be like, "What?"
I don't know if you even notice on people's profiles that they're like half Puerto Rican, half black, quarter. Like, why does that?
Make sure
even,
it's known.
Yeah, make sure that it's known.
Yeah,
that is crazy to me. And another thing about like BET and stuff, and all these like shows, Love and Hip Hop and thing, black women are portrayed awful.
As
men
as mud. Like, they made the dark look like fools.
The wild thing is, like, I know,
cheated on. You know, your man is beating you, or this and that. And then when you see the other spectrum, when maybe there's a white girl with like her athlete or with her music star, they're living like he's like treating her like she's a queen, and like, you know what I mean? Everything is amazing. And then you see the other like side of it, and it's like you see these girls with their underwear out rolling around on the floor,
fighting
and
shit,
I'm like, no wonder we don't get any respect. You know what I mean? You're dealing with this man that you've been with for 7 years, and he's been cheating on you the whole time. Like, you know what I mean? And you're okay with it. You're just like, well, you know, I do my charities, and you know what I mean? I live in my big house, and I have nothing else going on for me. Like, it's awful. Like, we have condoned being a side chick is okay. it's just, I don't know. I don't even know where this goes. I don't know where this goes.
I just think the mentality is so bullshit because it's like, yeah, I was exposed to this shit just as much as everyone else was, right? But I don't know why. Like, I don't know why I'm like this, but I don't look at shit that I see on media and assume that like all women like of a particular set are like this, right? Like I could
That'd be dumb.
I grew up watching this shit, and I know
that's because you're educated and you know things. But unfortunately, in
the
U.S., it's like it's
what you see. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's a very different.
It's like black girls are like this because this is what I see.
And it's like and that used to rattle me when it was like I would talk to. It rattles me when I would talk to black guys that were like this. That would assume like, yeah, I'm not into black girls because they're wild and all this bullshit. Yeah. Well, like it first caught my attention like growing up around like a bunch of white and brown people who were saying this about black women, right? And I'm like, what are these guys talking about? Like black women aren't like this. And then when I met black dudes who were saying this, I'm like, okay, this is a problem. And I'm like, this is fucked up. Yeah. But I don't know, if they have that mentality, it just, to me, it speaks more about them than it does black women, right? Because like I've met plenty, like I know more black women who aren't like that. Than
are. Yeah, but that's the thing, and these are the men that you're dating, right? You're the one, you're going out there trying to date these black men who have these things in their head, like, you know, you have an attitude and did and this and this, and I like white girls because they're so much easier, and you guys are too hard to handle. Like the things that black women hear, I'm less like, wow, isn't your like mom black? Like, is that this? You know what I mean? Yeah. Isn't that like? I don't know. Don't you have a sister that's black? Yeah. And you know what I mean?
Oh, but not them.
Yeah, not them. But the rest of you guys have attitudes and this and that. And you're so proud to have your mixed girl or your white girl on your arm. But then you see when I look in the club or when I'm out and I see black girls and black guys, you'll see like the black guy like 10 steps ahead or not holding hands. You don't even know if they're together or not. You know what I mean? And it's like, but then I see guys in mixed relationships like, yeah, that's my girl right there. Like, you know, but when I see a black, sometimes I'm just like, are you guys together? Like, you know, is that your man? Like, is that your woman?
It's such a weird dynamic because like,
I don't understand why. And I'm like, your girlfriend is so pretty. Like when I see my guy friends, I'm like, your girlfriend, like, why don't you bring her to the club? She's too crazy. Like she'd just be like, who's this girl? Who's that girl? I'm like, isn't that any girl? Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yo, Ryan, maybe like this is a question for you. It's just like, because you and I think very much the same on like a lot of things, but it's like, the way you mentioned like when a black guy is with like a mixed girl or whatever, right? Like they're okay with claiming that girl in public, right? From my perspective, like I've often wondered, like I've thought about what other black women are thinking when they see me with a girl that's not black, even though I know that I don't have an issue with black women. Like, does that make sense?
I know most
like,
black women are like,
yeah, like I'm thinking in my head, like, yo, like, I'm like, yo, these black women are probably like roasting me right now, right?
Some of them are. And more mature women are just going to be like, oh, okay. Like, I'll see it and I'm just like, whatever. Like, it's not even like a big deal. Yeah. No.
I knew she would bite on that. I knew she would bite on that.
Not like that. Not like that.
Another one in the sunken place.
I knew her natural response would bite on that.
No, I didn't mean that. No, I mean like, no, I'm just like, not a big deal. It doesn't bother me. But I know black girls that are like would watch you and be like, but why? Like, you know what I mean? And she's not even like,
she's not even that pretty.
Yeah, that's the main thing girls say. She's not even that pretty. I'm prettier than her. Right? So, I don't know.
Women, the moral of the story, can't live without them, can't live with them. Fuck them all.
I almost spat on my water, man.
Are you talking about men?
Hey, man. Hey, man.
That was the moral of this podcast.
And you can't live with small ones.
And you can't live with small.
If you got a small dick, kill yourself.
Wow. Welcome to.
That's why they have penis pumps. Anyways.
Penis pumps?
That shit doesn't work. That shit does not work.
Then why has it been selling for a long time?
Because they've been preying on millions of men that think they have small dicks. It's an egotistical thing. Come on. If a man thinks he has a small dick, he's going to do anything in his power to make sure he can get his dick bigger.
That's true.
Anything.
That's true. It's unfortunate. He should learn how to eat. He should learn how to eat
the sensu bean.
It just don't work good. But anyways, that's another story.
Oh my God!
If one thing doesn't do good for you, you have to be really great in something else. Like you can't eat pussy like a cat. Like who does? Oh,
you gotta compensate, guys. You gotta one or the other. You can't have a small dick and not give head. Like get out the house.
Yeah.
Right, just get out.
Fuck you doing?
Just get out. Yeah, thank you. This was a great episode. This was the most raw episode. I think 16 is the number, guys. Yeah. 16 was the number where we actually all broke out. We broke out some real talk. Some real talk. I knew Ebony would be up for it. Ebony has some experience. She has some first date sex experience under her belt.
Oh gosh.
No, you didn't say that.
I said.
So you didn't say that.
I said I believe
in having sex on the first date.
I believe in having sex on the first date.
Of course. So I knew you have experience. You're mature. We're all adults here, right, Ebony? We ain't kids. It's in high school.
We ain't on the playground.
We predict you in front of Ebony if you see her on the street.
Oh God! Please don't.
Ebony's trying to go to town.
Without any GPS.
With no GPS.
No GPS.
She got it. But yeah, give us your plugs. Last time, how can people find you? What do you do? What are you up to? What projects do you have going on?
Oh gosh, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, Ebony __ Tate TATE. Right now, I have my normal day job, hustling hard, and then my other one that I'm trying to bring into life is personal training. So
I see.
Okay.
Yeah, personal training. So that not just weights, but I do boxing and ballet and incorporate them all together to build your body. So come and work out with me.
You ever fuck your clients?
No.
She's professional.
No.
Professional
You
woman.
trying to tell me people don't fuck their clients?
I'm not saying people don't, but I said she's professional.
I wanted to find out.
No.
I just wanted to find out.
I
just want to find out.
Good Lord.
You've never fucked a client?
No.
I wish I could make a meme out of the face you just gave
Ever?
me.
No, ever. I've never fucked a client.
Will you ever fuck a client?
No.
Good. Thanks, Ebony. Thank you for coming on.
Well, if he was
Don't you lie in this show. Don't you lie in this show, Ebony. Don't you lie in this show.
Is he a good paying customer?
What? Oh, is you whoring yourself?
No. I just want to.
Ebony, I'm trying to help you here.
She's going down.
Okay. I'm not going down, but I'm saying.
Thank you for coming on the podcast. Thank you for coming. It was a pleasure.
She goes, how much is he paying?
No. Can I just before we go? Yeah. If he was a good client. Yes. No, I wouldn't, because that would ruin our relationship.
Definitely.
Like, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
That's what I meant.
You're not gonna lose money over your dick.
No, because we don't know. It could be small, and it could be like cat licks.
But if he's a regular paying client, who knows, right?
Yeah, no, I'm just about work.
So politically
not giving the work.
Wow.
Well, I know she's lying. So,
wow.
Thank you for coming to our episode.
Thanks for having me.
It's a great episode.
I know, so raw, right?
Very raw, very informative.
I know.
Guys, take what you will from this. We dropped some pretty good gems in this for you. I mean, hey, listen. If you don't want to take this free advice, you want to keep slinging small penis around, I mean, that's on you. Oh God. That's on you, bro. But yeah, this is WNTT episode number 16 has come to an end. I hope you guys enjoy your weekend. It is Friday. I'm gonna say Friday because this is where you.
Friday,
she didn't even trip. I read it. Enjoy your weekend, guys. I'm your host, Mr. KOA, alongside
Top Boy.
It's WNTT Podcast.
We need to talk. We need to talk. We need to talk. We need to talk. We need to talk.